our motto determine t parameter as a function of x. Okay, so what is the motto? Clear? So first of all circuit converted into in the function of s. Okay, I know that inductance is written, capacitance is written, and resistance simply R. Okay, so this is the inductance, that's why resistance, it is capacitor 1 by S, C is 1, that's why 1 by S, and that is 1. Okay, here this is inductor, it is written S, that is resistance, so 1, and that is capacitor 1 by S. Okay, and this one and this one corresponding to here V1, current I1, here I1, and here I2 and I2, and here voltage V2. Our motto, what is our motto? Our motto is determine t parameter in the function of s. Clear or not? Our motto determine function s determine t in the function of s, means our motto determine ABCD parameter. So how can resolve it? First of all, I know that if suppose that you can do it lot of method. I know that V1 is written as A into Vs minus A into V2 minus B into I2, and I1 is written also C into V2 minus D into I2. Clear? Clear or not? Very simple. Okay, so you can solve this method also, you can direct utilize this method, but conventional way very difficult, that's why time taken problem. Okay, so if you utilize smart technique means, if you consider this is T1, okay, this one is a T1, in this range that is T2, in this range that is T3, in this range T4, and in this range T5, and in this range T6. Okay, that is T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, and finally we got all T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6 connected to cascade connection type. So finally our motto determine T, this is equal to T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. Clear or not? So our last motto corresponding to this one. Okay, now how can resolve? I know that is 1 ohm. Okay, so one by one I have title. Suppose that a network ZA like this one. Okay, here V1, here V2, suppose that, okay, we have considered T1 corresponding to T. Suppose that simply I represent a circuit like this one, I1, here I2. If you write ZA I1 plus I2 and V2 also same thing. Okay, now our motto first of all, these are written corresponding to this one. Okay, or you can say that ZA I1 plus I2 also. Okay, now how can written in the terms of this one? V1, first of all I1 is written as V1 this equal to V2. Okay, I1 this equal to V2 and I2. I1 is written as if it is written as ZA I1 plus ZA I2. Okay, so what about I1? I1 is written as 1 by ZA into V2 minus I2. Very simple. If this one going on opposite side, then we got like this one. And what about V1? V1 is equal to V2 minus 0 I2, and I1 is got 1 by ZA into V2 minus I2. Okay, so if this type of connection we got, then TA, suppose that is TA, then we got 1 0 1 by ZA and 0. Okay, if this type of connection, so then it is written corresponding to this type. Okay, now another way, if circuit represent like this one, suppose that ZB, and this is V1 and it is V2, it is corresponding to network TV. Okay, now I1 here I2, V1 minus V1 plus I1 ZB plus V2, this is equal to 0. Okay, so V1 is written as V2 minus I1 ZB. Okay, V1 is written as, okay, V2 plus I1 into ZB. Okay, now another way, what about I2? I1 this is equal to minus I2. Okay, so you can say that V1 is V2 plus ZB into I1, but I1 in the terms of I2, so that is written as minus I2. Okay, and I1 is written as 0 into V2 minus I2. Very simple. So what about ABCD parameter corresponding to this one? That is TV is written as 1 ZB 0 and 1. Okay, if this type of connection, so then direct you can written like this one. Okay, now here first one corresponding to T1, if you write the T1, if you want to write the T1, if you want to write T1 T1 which type of written, so T1 like represent like this one. So I know that 1 0 1 0 and R is 1, so 1 by RA is 1, so 1 again 0, that is T1. Clear or not? TA is equal to, clear or not? Sorry, here 1, here 1. Okay, corresponding to this one, 1 by Z2 and minus V2. That's why T1 is 1. T1 is 1 0 1 1. Now what about T2? If you write T2 means this one. Okay, which type of connection? This type of connection. So finally we get TB is equal to 1 S 0 1, because of ZB is S. That's why you can written as 1 S 0 1. And what about T3? T3 is 1 by S, 1 by S. So if you written here 1 0, ZA is 1 by S, so 1 by S, it means S, and this is 1. Clear? That is T3. And what about T4? T4 is same thing. T4 this will be equal to T2. T4 this will be equal to T2. T4 and T2 both result same, and T5 is equal to T1, so it is written as T5 also. And last one T6. T6 same thing. T6 this will be equal to T3. Clear or not? Simple representation. So first of all make it, that is note 1 and note 2. Powerful concept. If you utilize this concept, then you can solve very easily, otherwise very difficult. Mathematically point of view, conceptually point of view very easy, but mathematically point of view is very difficult if you follow conventional method. Means if I2 this equal to 0, means I2 this equal to, then we solve, or V2 this equal to 0. Okay, with the help of this method we determine A, B, C, D. Okay, so now finally our motto, multiplication of T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. I know that I have already discussed, that is T1, T2. Why? Because of all are connected like cascade. T5 and here T6, that is T. Okay, so how can you start? Now first of all develop concept again. Suppose that is A1, B1, C1, D1, and here A2, B2, C2, D2. How can multiply? Multiplication of this one and this one, A1, A2, B1 plus B1, C2. Okay, now this one multiplication here, A1, B2 plus B1, D2. Now CD, A2, C1 plus C2, D1, and this one multiply here, C1, B2 plus D1, D2. Okay, that is T parameter. That is T parameter. Okay, so first of all, how can multiplication? So now I start. So first of all, multiplication of this one and this one, T5 and T6. T5 and T6. One, 0, 1, 1. Clear? And T6 is 1, 0, S1. If multiply this one, 1 into 1, that is 1. Okay, 1 into 1, 0 into S, 0. 1 into 0, 0, and 1 into 1, 0 into 1, 0. Sorry, corresponding this one, so 0. Okay, now 1, that is 1 plus S, and here 1 into 0 and 1. So finally we got like this one. Okay, if multiplication of T5 and T6, we got 1, 0, 1 S, sorry, S plus 1. So this result we got, okay, 1, 0, S plus 1 and 1. Now T4 is 1 S 0 1. If multiply here, then we got 1 into 1, 1, and this is S square plus S. Okay, after that 1 into 0, 0, and S into 1, that is S. 0 into 0, 0 into 1, 0, and this is s plus 1, and 0, and that is 1. Okay. Now after that, this multiplication T3 is 1 0 s plus 1, that is T3. Now here multiplication of this one, we got multiplication of here we got 1 s square s. Now this one multiply here, so we got s and 0 into 1. Now here s cube s square and 2s plus 1. Okay. Now if this one multiply here, so s square plus 1. Okay. Now this is multiplication of T3, T4, T5, T6. Now what about T2? T2 is 1s0 1. If multiply here, then we got 1 into s square s plus 1. Okay. And here plus s to power 4 plus s cube plus 2s square plus s. Okay. Now this one multiplication here, 1 into s plus s cube plus s. Okay. And here 0, and that is s cube s square plus 2s plus 1, and this one 0, and this one s square plus 1. Okay. Now final answer is s to power 4 s cube plus 2s square plus s square, that is 3x square, s plus s 2s and plus 1. Okay. Now here x cube plus s square plus 2s plus 1. Now here s cube plus 2s, and here s square plus 1. S cube plus 2s plus s cube plus s square plus 2s plus 1, and here s square plus 1. No, this is not t parameter corresponding to multiplication of T2 and T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. We got like this one, and last one T1, that is 1 0 1 1. So finally 1 into something and 0 into something. So finally s to power 4 s cube plus 3x square plus 2s plus 1. After that, this one is multiplication of s cube plus 2s and 0 multiplication of this one. So finally got like this one. After that, multiplication of this one plus this one. So adding this s to power 4 plus 3 2s cube, that is 4s square plus 4s plus 2. Okay. And this one multiplication here, s cube plus s square plus 2s plus 1. Okay. This is the final t parameter. Make it